What's up guys, KBIB here with another installment of Reality Check, and today we are talking about the Asus ProArt P827 AC. Big shout out to Asus for sending it our way for review. It's pretty awesome. Let's get right into it. We've had the opportunity to test a fair few monitors here at Reality Check, but rarely are they ones suited towards professional tasks. Normally it's the bad boys with the highest refresh rate, the fastest response time, and the most pixels because, you know, gamers, bruh. However, Asus reached out to us and asked us to review their brand new ProArt P827 AC monitor, which is geared specifically towards professionals working inside programs that require high color accuracy and reproduction, like DaVinci or Photoshop. The ProArt is a 27-inch IPS panel with a 60 Hz refresh rate. It also comes in at a peak brightness of 400 nits and covers 100% of the sRGB spectrum. It also is HDR enabled, kind of, sort of, but we'll touch on that in a little bit. Aesthetically, I think it lies somewhere in the middle. It's got freaking thin bezels on all edges, so there's no chin really to worry about here. But the monitor itself is a little bit thick, which I just think makes it look a bit unnecessarily bulky. Also, the base you get with it is not very eye-catching or modern. It kind of looks like the base for just a regular cheap Asus monitor, but it is VESA mount compatible, so it's not necessarily a deal breaker in that regard. Upon closer inspection, it's actually really well built, the neck of the stand more so than the base. It's fully metallic, so it feels really rugged and solid. And they also give you a port cover for the back of your monitor, which just helps keep things neat and tidy, which I always find to be a really nice addition. On the back of the monitor, you'll find a healthy selection of ports, with your displays and HDMI making an appearance here, but the unique one is an addition of 2x Thunderbolt 3 enabled USB Type-C ports, which will allow you to daisy chain a third monitor or even connect additional USB devices. Now, what makes it unique is that it's kind of the first of its kind and it's compatible with both Mac and Windows, so that's pretty cool. The control keys are also not great. The vertically aligned buttons on the back right make navigating the menu a little bit cumbersome, but they do also offer you a control nipple, as Gareth likes to call it, which makes it a whole lot better. It just doesn't make sense as to why they then add the buttons. I don't know. They have all the standard options for features inside the ProArt's menu, things like brightness and contrast and color profiles, but something unique they've added is their own proprietary color calibration software. It's something developed specifically for the ProArt series of monitors and gives you powerful control over your screen's color calibration while still maintaining compatibility with the most common color calibrators like the i1 Display Pro series or the Spider 5. The most unique thing about this is that it saves your screen's color calibration settings to the screen itself, so that when you unplug it from your current device and connect it to another one, it keeps those settings. So that's actually really cool. I will leave a link in the video description to another video talking about all the features of the color calibration software. It's pretty cool. You should check it out if you buy this monitor. Thanks to its factory calibration and its high 1440p resolution, the viewing experience is incredibly pleasant. The colors are nicely saturated, they're sharp and vibrant, and even though 400 nits is not bright by HDR standards, it's still plenty bright for general usage. One impressive feature here is a 14-bit internal lookup table, or LUT, whereas most other monitors offer you an 8 to 10-bit LUT. This analyzes the input signal of your computer with the reference of a 14-bit color space and chooses the most accurate colors to produce in 8-bit. It essentially ensures the accuracy of your monitor's color reproduction and gradation by choosing the most accurate 16.7 million colors from a reference of 4 trillion different shades. So bam! So it looks good on paper. Also, it does look good enough in person, but I do have one or two issues with it. Firstly, they say it's HDR10, which, to be fair, it is, but there's so much confusion and jargon in the market of HDR that you might not be getting what you expect. To be completely clear, it's HDR 400 certified, which means it meets the bare minimum requirements in brightness, contrast, color gamut, and one other setting that I can't currently remember, to be certified as HDR10 as opposed to standard dynamic range. Now, HDR 400 is a substantial and noticeable improvement over standard dynamic range, but the thing to pay attention to here is that HDR 400 is the lowest form of HDR10 that you can get, and HDR10 is at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to different brands of HDR, things like Dolby Vision and HDR10 Plus far surpassing it in terms of visual quality. My second issue is that it's an 8-bit panel instead of a 10-bit panel. So 8-bit panels offer you less color, therefore less color accuracy between the gradients and the reproduction when you're trying to manipulate in post. So a 10-bit panel is a better fit for a professional monitor, especially if you're operating with a 30-bit workflow. What seems silly to me is that they offer a limited form of HDR when a professional colorist would not even be using HDR in a professional context, as opposed to a panel with a better bit depth. Now, this does allow them to cut the cost quite seriously, but at the same time removes what makes makes the monitor professional, so it seems a little bit redundant. However, if you're looking for a professional grade experience but you don't want to pay professional grade prices, then this is probably the bad boy for you if you don't have 20k to drop for like a next level color accurate monitor. Anyways guys, that pretty much wraps it up for this installment of Reality Check. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about the ProArt P827 AC. Also, big shout out to Asus once more for sending it our way for review. Don't forget to hit like if you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing if you like our kind of content, and I'll catch you guys next time for another installment of Reality Check. Peace. My tongue is so tired, man.
Say apples if you got your